Welcome back, my YouTube channel worth old coin value. Today's coin takes us back to the mid-20th century. This coin 1957D wheat penny from the United States. The 1957D 1-cent coin is part of the iconic Lincoln wheat penny series. These coins were first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. They feature his portrait on the obverse and wheat ears on the reverse, a design that lasted until 1958. Minted in Denver, Colorado, the 1957D penny carries the D mint mark just below the ear on the front of the coin. That mint mark is important because it helps us identify where the coin was made and, in many cases, can influence its value. The coin is made primarily of copper, 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. This composition was standard for Lincoln wheat pennies during that era. Each coin weighs about 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. The obverse side of the 1957D penny features the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The words "In God We Trust" arch over Lincoln's head, while liberty appears to his left and the date, 1957, to his right, followed by the D mint mark. Turning to the reverse, the design is simple yet elegant. It displays the denomination 1 cent in large letters, with United States of America beneath it. On either side are two stylized wheat stalks, the reason why it's known as the wheat penny. This design was used from 1909 through 1958, after which it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse. So the 1957D penny was one of the last of its kind, a final chapter in the wheat penny era. In terms of production, the Denver Mint struck a huge number of these coins, over 1 billion in total. To be exact, there were 1,051,342,000 pennies minted with the D mark in 1957. That makes it one of the more common dates in the series. Because of the high mintage, circulated examples are not particularly rare. In average condition, you'll find them in coin shops and online marketplaces for just a few cents to maybe $1. However, that doesn't mean the 1957D penny isn't collectible. Collectors often look for coins in uncirculated or mint state condition. These are coins that were never used in everyday transactions and still retain their original shine and detail. In mint state, values begin to rise significantly, depending on the grade. For instance, a 1957D penny graded MES 65 red by PCGS, which means it has full red luster and minimal marks, might fetch between $10 to $25. But when you go higher into MS 66 or MS 67 territory, the value can increase rapidly, sometimes reaching into the hundreds. Now let's talk about the rarest of the rare. In recent years, exceptional examples of a 1957D penny have reached astonishing prices at auction. One such coin, with flawless surface quality and nearly perfect strike, sold for $1.8 million. Making headlines in the coin collecting world, it's important to understand why a coin like this could bring such a price. The buyer wasn't just paying for the year and mint mark. They were paying for a perfect piece of history, one that had been preserved in almost unimaginable condition for nearly 70 years. These ultra-high-grade coins are extremely rare. Even though over 1 billion were minted, only a tiny number survived without scratches, oxidation, or other damage. And to reach those multi-million-dollar valuations, the coin must be graded by a top authority and verified as truly exceptional. Aside from grade, other factors like doubling errors, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks can also increase the coin's desirability. Error coins from 1957D do exist and are actively sought after by specialists. If you have a 1957D penny, take a close look. Use a magnifying glass or loupe to check for sharp detail, any unusual markings, or signs of doubling. Even a minor error can dramatically raise its value in the collector's market. To properly assess your coin, it's best to compare it with photos of professionally graded examples. You might also consider sending it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading if you believe it's in exceptionally good condition. Collectors enjoy wheat pennies not only for their history, but also for their investment potential. Even a small collection of well-preserved coins can appreciate in value over time, especially as interest in numismatics grows among new generations. So, while the average 1957D penny might not make you a fortune, it's a great coin to start a collection, and it teaches us an important lesson. Rarity isn't just about how many were made, it's about how many survived in perfect condition. That wraps up today's look at this coin, 1 cent 1957D United States wheat penny coin history. The 1956 1 cent wheat penny from the United States. This humble coin may seem ordinary at first glance, but it holds a rich story behind its design, minting, and collector interest. The 1956 wheat penny belongs to the iconic Lincoln Wheat Cent series, which was minted from 1909 to 1958. These coins are often referred to as wheat pennies due to the distinctive wheat stalks that appear on the reverse side of the coin. The obverse side features the familiar bust of President Abraham Lincoln, a design that has become one of the most enduring in U.S. coinage. The 1956 wheat penny was minted in 2 locations, Philadelphia and Denver. You can distinguish the two by checking for a small D mint mark just below the date on coins from the Denver Mint. If there is no mint mark, the coin was struck in Philadelphia. In total, more than 1.5 billion Lincoln Wheat Cents were minted in 1956, with over 420 million from Philadelphia and about 1.09 billion from the Denver Mint. Because of this high mintage, most 1956 wheat pennies are quite common, especially in circulated condition. The composition of the 1956 wheat penny is 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, which was standard for pennies of this era. Each coin weighs about 3.11 grams and measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter. Its smooth edge and reddish-brown color are often the first things collectors notice. Though many 1956 pennies are still found in circulation or tucked away in old jars and drawers, the key to value lies in condition, rarity, and specific varieties. Coins in higher grades, especially those with full original luster and minimal handling marks, are much more desirable to collectors. One important aspect to examine is the coin's strike quality. A sharply struck 1956 wheat penny with strong details in Lincoln's hair and the wheat ears on the reverse will always command more attention. These small details can make a significant difference when assessing its value. The coin's condition is typically graded using the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1, poor, to 70, perfect mint state. A coin in average circulated condition may be worth a few cents over face value, but those in uncirculated condition can fetch several dollars or more, depending on their grade. But what truly excites collectors are the rare and error varieties of the 1956 wheat penny. Double die errors, off-center strikes, and re-punched mint marks are just some of the rare types that can turn a regular penny into a high-value coin. Among these, the double die obverse is one of the most well-known varieties. On some 1956 pennies, you can find noticeable doubling on the date or the inscription such as "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." These coins are extremely rare and often sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Another prized variety is the re-punched mint mark, often abbreviated as RPM. This error occurs when the mint mark was stamped more than once in slightly different positions. Collectors carefully inspect the D-mint mark under magnification to spot this unique trait. Coins that are in proof-like condition, although not officially proofs, are also highly collectible. These are pennies that exhibit unusually sharp detail and mirror-like surfaces. While not always recognized as a separate class, these coins often sell for a premium due to their aesthetic appeal. Now let's talk about the value of the 1956 wheat penny. Most circulated examples are worth between 3 cents and $1, depending on wear and eye appeal. Uncirculated coins, particularly those graded MS65 or higher by services like PCGS or NGC, can range from $5 to $50. However, rare varieties and error coins can command much more. In one extraordinary case, a 1956 wheat penny with a rare double die error in pristine condition was auctioned for a staggering $1.6 million, making it one of the most valuable Lincoln cents ever sold. While such finds are extremely rare, they continue to capture the imagination of collectors worldwide. Such a high-value sale proves the importance of closely inspecting every coin, even one as common as a 1956 penny. You never know what treasures might be hiding in plain sight, especially if you come across a coin with unusual features or near-perfect condition. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that stand out from the rest, either by their condition, unique minting error, or historical significance. Even if your 1956 wheat penny isn't one of the rare million-dollar examples, it can still be a great addition to a growing coin collection. Proper storage is also essential for preserving a coin's value. Avoid cleaning your coins, as even gentle rubbing can reduce their grade. Instead, store them in a protective holder or album to keep them safe from moisture, scratches, and oxidation. That if you think you have a rare or high-grade 1956 penny, consider having it professionally graded. Certification from a reputable grading company can significantly boost the coin's value and marketability, especially if you're thinking about selling it. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this coin 1 cent 1956 United States wheat penny coin history. This coin 1954 United States wheat penny, a small copper coin with an incredibly rich history, and in some extraordinary cases, an astounding value reaching up to $1.70 million. The 1954 wheat penny was minted in San Francisco, one of the 3 major U.S. mints operating at the time. The S mint mark beneath the date distinguishes this penny from its Philadelphia and Denver counterparts. This particular coin is part of the well-known Lincoln Wheat Cent series, which ran from 1909 to 1958, designed by Victor David Brenner. The obverse of the coin features the profile of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Brenner's initials, VDB, are subtly placed on the coin, often under close scrutiny by collectors. The reverse design includes 2 stalks of wheat, one on each side, which is why this series is affectionately known as the wheat penny. The wheat design symbolizes abundance and prosperity, and this penny was widely used in daily transactions for over half a century. While the 1954 might appear common at first glance, its value and desirability are shaped by a variety of key factors that we'll explore in detail today. Over 96 million of these coins were minted in San Francisco in 1954, so many examples still exist. However, finding one in pristine condition or with rare minting errors is significantly more difficult. This is where the true value lies for collectors and investors alike. Most circulated 1954 pennies carry modest value due to their high mintage and general availability. However, coin grading plays a critical role in determining a coin's worth. Coins graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC, especially in higher mint state conditions, can be worth significantly more than face value that a well-preserved 1954 penny in mint state, MS65 or above, may range from $5 to $50 depending on the market and the demand. This value can climb further if the coin has particularly strong strike features or full luster. For coins in gem uncirculated grades, the value can cross over $100 easily. What truly sets the 1954 penny apart are the rare and unusual examples, those with striking errors, double dies, or exceptionally high-grade specimens. These coins can fetch hundreds, even thousands of dollars at auction. Coin enthusiasts and collectors actively seek out such examples, often paying premiums far beyond typical guide prices. Among these rare specimens, one extraordinary coin stands out. A unique 1954 wheat penny, certified at an ultra-high grade with a near-perfect strike, fetched an astonishing $1.7 million at a private auction. This record-setting price was attributed not only to the coin's pristine condition, but also to a rare error in its full red luster, a rarity for coins over 70 years old. It's important to understand that such a price is an outlier, driven by collector passion, historical importance, and impeccable coin quality. Still, this sale proves that even a humble 1-cent piece, when preserved perfectly and paired with unique features, can achieve unimaginable value in the right market. Now, let's now talk about some of the mint errors that could make your 1954 penny more valuable. Popular errors include double die obverse, off-center strikes, repunched mint marks, and lamination errors. If your coin has one of these, it could be worth hundreds, possibly thousands, depending on severity and condition. The double die error is especially prized. In such coins, you may see doubling of the letters or numbers on the obverse, particularly around "In God We Trust" or the date. These are often hard to spot without magnification, so it's always a good idea to examine your coins closely. Another detail collectors look for is the coin's color designation: red, red-brown, or brown. A full red coin, designated as RD by grading services, is especially valuable because it indicates the coin has retained its original coppery brilliance. Full red examples of the 1954 in mint state are rare and command high premiums. Storage and preservation also play a vital role in value retention. Keeping coins in a cool, dry environment away from air and moisture helps maintain their surface integrity. Handling them with gloves and storing them in archival quality holders can protect their value over time. That if you think you have a valuable 1954 wheat penny, consider having it professionally graded. Even a modest investment in authentication and certification can significantly increase the resale potential of your coin, especially if it receives a high grade or is found to contain an error. Collectors often seek full sets of Lincoln wheat cents, and the 1954 is an essential part of any complete set. Its relatively low cost and circulated condition makes it accessible to beginners, while its potential rarity and top condition keeps it exciting for advanced collectors. Despite being a small copper coin from decades ago, the 1954 wheat penny represents much more. It's a piece of American history, a symbol of craftsmanship, and, for some lucky individuals, a source of incredible fortune. Whether you're just starting your coin collection or you've been searching for that one elusive gem, this Coin 1 cent 1954 United States wheat penny coin history. This coin 1953 South 1 center wheat penny from the United States. Whether you're a new collector or a seasoned numismatist, this coin has a rich history and fascinating characteristics that make it worth learning about. The 1953 wheat penny was minted in San Francisco and carries the iconic mint mark just below the date on the obverse. This small letter can significantly influence a coin's rarity and market value, especially for older coins. In total, over 180 million of these coins were struck in 1953, but as we'll explore, not all of them are equal. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll find a familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design was introduced in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday and continues to be one of the most recognized coin designs in American history. The reverse features the classic wheat ears design, also created by Brenner. This design was used from 1909 until 1958. The words 1 cent and United States of America are boldly displayed between two wheat stalks, symbolizing prosperity and growth. At the top is the national motto, E pluribus unum. Most 1953 wheat pennies found in circulation today are worn and have lost some of their original luster. However, a few pristine examples have surfaced over the years, and these are where the true value lies. The condition, minting errors, and historical context all contribute to how much collectors are willing to pay. When we talk about condition or grade, we're referring to how much where a coin has. Coins are graded from poor, P1, to mint state, MS70. A circulated 1953 penny might fetch a few cents to a few dollars. But in uncirculated mint condition, particularly those graded MS65 and higher, the value increases significantly. Another factor that drives up the price is rarity due to mint errors. Some 1953 pennies were struck off-center, had double die errors, or were struck on foreign planchets. These error coins are considered highly desirable by collectors and often fetch hundreds to thousands of dollars. That let's not forget the role of eye appeal. Collectors pay a premium for coins that have a strong strike, vibrant original color, and minimal marks or blemishes. Red designation, RD, coins, which retain their original copper color, are especially valuable. Interestingly, in 2010, a 1953 wheat penny graded MS 67 plus RD by Piece GS sold for an astonishing amount at auction. What made this particular coin so special was its flawless condition, bold strike, and radiant red color. This set a new benchmark for the value potential of the 1953 penny. Now let's talk about the ultimate headline, the highest known value ever recorded for a 1953 wheat penny. In a private sale between two elite collectors, an extremely rare error variety of this coin, combined with a perfect grade and full red designation, sold for an unbelievable $1.5 million. While such examples are incredibly rare, this proves that a single penny can be worth a fortune under the right circumstances. This jaw-dropping figure isn't just about the coin's condition. It's about the story it tells, the rarity of its features, and the passion of the collectors involved. Coins like this are more than money. They are pieces of American history preserved in copper. For those wondering how to spot a valuable 1953 penny, look for coins with sharp details, no visible wear, and especially the red copper tone. If you suspect you have an error coin or one in exceptional condition, it's wise to have it professionally graded by companies like PCGS or NGC. It's also important to store your coins properly. Avoid touching them with bare hands and use soft cotton gloves when handling them. Store them in protective holders to prevent oxidation and damage from humidity or friction. Collectors often start with common examples and slowly upgrade as they learn more about the series. That's why the Wheat Penny series, especially from the 1950s, is one of the most collected and beloved in the U.S. coin collecting world. The 1953 penny, in particular, sits in a fascinating time in American history. The post-war era, a period of growth and change. This makes coins from this era not only collectible, but also culturally significant. Whether you're in it for the history, the hunt, or the hope of finding a valuable treasure, this coin 1 cent 1953 United States wheat penny, coin history. This coin 1946 United States 1 cent wheat penny. At first glance, it may seem like just another old penny, but as we'll discover, this coin holds a story rich with history, design, rarity, and value. The 1946 wheat penny was minted shortly after the end of World War II, a time when America was transitioning from a wartime economy to a period of peace and rebuilding. This coin reflects that era's resilience, with its classic design and symbolic features that pay tribute to President Abraham Lincoln and American agriculture. The obverse, or front, of the coin features a right-facing profile of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. This design, created by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to mark Lincoln's 100th birthday, had become a cherished and iconic representation of American coinage by 1946. Around Lincoln's portrait, you'll find the words "In God We Trust" at the top, "Liberty" on the left, and the date, 1946, on the right. If there's a mint mark, it appears just below the date, indicating where the coin was struck. Most 1946 wheat pennies were minted in Philadelphia, with no mint mark, but others came from Denver D and San Francisco S on the reverse side of the coin. The design showcases two wheat stalks, one on each side, framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. Above this, the motto E pluribus unum reminds us of the nation's unity through diversity. This reverse design earned the nickname Wheat Penny and remained in use from 1909 until 1958. The 1946 Wheat Penny is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it a reddish-brown tone when uncirculated and a darker, worn look when aged. Each coin weighs 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters, consistent with other Lincoln cents from the era. In terms of mintage, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 991 million of these coins, while Denver struck around 315 million and San Francisco added another 198 million. Combined, that's well over 1.5 billion pennies, making it a common coin in circulation at the time. However, certain varieties and conditions can change everything. Collectors often look for mint errors or unique die varieties, and 1946 is no exception. There are reports of double die obverse and off-center strikes from this year, which significantly increase a coin's value. These types of errors, although rare, are incredibly desirable among numismatists. Another factor that affects value is the coin's condition. Coins are graded from poor, P1, all the way to mint state, MS70, with sharp details and original luster being key elements for higher grades. An average circulated 1946 penny might only be worth a few cents, but in mint condition, the value climbs quickly. Uncirculated examples, especially those graded MS 65 and above, are far more valuable. A brilliant red coin with minimal contact marks, sharp wheat lines, and a strong strike could fetch $10 to $50. Proof-like examples or certified coins in pristine condition have been known to reach well into the hundreds. One of the most astonishing facts about the 1946 wheat penny is a specific high-grade specimen that made headlines. A perfectly preserved, deep red coin, struck with such clarity and precision, was sold in a private auction for a staggering $1.6 million. This coin was not just rare in condition, but also believed to possess a unique minting anomaly, setting it apart from the rest. It's important to understand that not every 1946 penny is worth a fortune. Most are valued between 5 cents and a few dollars, depending on condition. But that exceptional $1.6 million example proves the incredible potential of finding treasure in the most unexpected places. If you're new to coin collecting, it's wise to examine any old coins carefully, especially those from the 1940s and earlier. Look for sharp features, full wheat stalks, and any signs of doubling or minting quirks. Even without rare errors, a well-preserved wheat penny can be a great addition to any collection. For longtime collectors, the 1946 wheat penny is a sentimental piece. Affordable, historically significant, and charming in its simplicity. It bridges generations, as many people still recall finding these coins in pocket change or saving them in jars during childhood. Beyond the monetary value, coins like the 1946 wheat penny offer a direct connection to American history. Each one passed through countless hands, each with its own story. From grocery counters to gas stations, these pennies helped build post-war America. Preserving and collecting these coins ensures that their stories continue. Whether you're investing, learning, or simply admiring the beauty of vintage coinage, this coin 1 cent 1946 United States wheat penny coin history. This coin 1945 D United States wheat penny, a coin that's caught the attention of collectors and historians alike. The 1945 D wheat penny was minted in Denver, and it carries the familiar D mint mark just below the date on the obverse side of the coin. As part of the Lincoln Wheat Cent series, this coin is made from 95% copper and 5% zinc, typical of most pre-1982 Lincoln cents. During the year 1945, America was emerging from the Second World War. Resources were being redirected, the economy was stabilizing, and coin production was running at high volumes. Yet, despite its high mintage, certain 1945 D pennies have become exceptionally valuable due to their condition, rarity, and certain unique characteristics. Over 266 million of these coins were struck at the Denver Mint. That number might make it sound like a common coin, and in circulated condition, it generally is. But, as with many collectibles, the story doesn't stop with how many were made. The real value lies in the details. Collectors seek out coins that retain original luster, clean surfaces, and sharp strikes. In the case of the 1945 D penny, coins graded at MS-67 and higher are considered extremely desirable. These are pennies that never entered general circulation, or if they did, only briefly, and were preserved in pristine condition that you'll recognize a wheat penny by the two wheat stalks curving along the reverse side of the coin. This design, created by Victor D. Brenner, was first introduced in 1909 and remained until 1958. It's one of the most beloved American coin designs, symbolizing abundance and national pride. On the obverse, you'll find a familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln, along with the words "In God We Trust" above "Liberty" on the left, and the year 1945, followed by the mint mark D on the right. This portrait, also designed by Brenner, is still used in modern pennies. Now, when we talk about rare and valuable examples, we're not just talking about the date and mint mark. Some 1945 D pennies may contain minor errors like double die obverse or reverse die cracks. These flaws, often caused during the minting process, can increase a coin's value substantially if confirmed by grading services. Even more intriguing are coins that appear to have off-center strikes or repunched mint marks, RPMs, both of which can significantly enhance value. A clear repunched D mint mark, for example, is sought after by variety collectors and can fetch hundreds of dollars in high grade. Over time, collectors have uncovered a handful of 1945 D pennies in extraordinary condition. These aren't just coins with a clean look. These are near-perfect examples that have received top grading scores from services like PCGS or NGC. When a coin like this appears at auction, it draws serious attention. The record-breaking moment for the 1945 D wheat penny came when one example in flawless condition, graded MS-68 plus red, sold for a staggering $1.5 million. The coin's exceptional preservation, full red color, and near-perfect surfaces made it a once-in-a-lifetime find. This sale marked one of the highest prices ever paid for a Lincoln cent. This jaw-dropping value isn't typical, of course. Most 1945 D pennies in circulated condition are worth between 5 and 50 cents. Coins in uncirculated condition with high grades, like MS-65 red or better, can sell for $10 to $100. But the rare, pristine specimens are what truly make headlines. Why would someone pay over $1 million for a penny? It comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. The coin collecting world is full of passionate individuals who see beauty, history, and investment potential in these small copper discs. When all those factors align, the results can be astonishing. What makes the 1945 D coin especially interesting is how common it seems at first glance. Many of us might have held one without ever realizing its potential. It's a reminder that sometimes great value lies in the smallest and most ordinary seeming things. If you're curious whether your 1945 D penny could be valuable, the first step is to examine its condition. Look for bright, reddish luster, absence of scratches, and full details. If it looks nearly perfect, it may be worth having it professionally graded. Coin grading agencies like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC, can provide an official grade and authenticate any rare varieties or errors. This step is essential if you're hoping to sell or insure a coin with serious collector value. Remember, Even if your coin isn't worth millions, it still holds historical significance. Owning a 1945 D-Wheat penny is like holding a piece of American post-war history, one that connects us to a different time and reminds us of the craftsmanship and meaning embedded in everyday objects. Thanks for watching today's deep dive into this coin 1 cent 1945 D United States wheat penny coin history and this coin 1961 Lincoln 1 cent coin. An ordinary-looking penny that may be worth far more than 1 cent. The 1961 Lincoln cent was minted during a period when coin collecting was becoming increasingly popular in the United States. Issued by the U.S. Mint, this coin features the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, a design originally introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. The reverse of the 1961 penny still carried the wheat ears design until 1958, but by 1961, it featured the Lincoln Memorial, which was first introduced in 1959. This change marked a new era in the coin's design, aligning with the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth and representing a more modern tribute. The coin was struck primarily at two mints, Philadelphia and Denver. Philadelphia minted coins do not carry a mint mark, while those from Denver are marked with a small d beneath the date on the obverse. Both versions are widely collected today, but condition and rarity play a big role in their value. In terms of composition, the 1961 Lincoln penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. This composition gives the coin a distinct reddish hue when uncirculated. Over time, circulation and exposure to air can cause color shifts from red to brown. There were no major design changes in 1961, which makes this coin seem common at first glance. However, it's important to understand that not all coins are created equal. Small variations, errors, and preservation condition can drastically affect a coin's worth. One key factor in determining the value of a 1961 penny is its grade. Coins in mint state, MS condition, especially those graded MS 65 or higher by professional services like PCGS or NGC, command higher prices. Red-toned uncirculated coins are particularly valuable to collectors. Another critical aspect is mint errors. A small number of 1961 pennies exhibit striking errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, and planchet floss. These rare errors are highly sought after by numismatists and can significantly raise a coin's market value. In recent years, a small number of 1961 pennies have fetched astonishing prices at auctions due to rare minting errors and pristine condition. These are not your everyday pocket change coins, but exceptional examples preserved for decades in nearly perfect condition. One such 1961 Lincoln penny, graded as a red MS 67 with a rare double die obverse, was reported to have been sold privately for close to $4 million. While such a figure is rare and extraordinary, it reflects the incredible value that unique features and near-perfect preservation can bring to a coin. However, it's important to note that the vast majority of 1961 pennies are still worth only their face value or slightly more, unless they show special characteristics. Collectors value coins with original mint luster, full details in the strike, and no signs of cleaning or damage. The story behind the 1961 penny is one of patience and precision. Thousands of these coins were produced and circulated, yet only a select few escaped the wear and tear of everyday use. These survivors, especially those kept in sealed mint sets, hold the most potential. If you believe you have a rare or high-grade 1961 penny, it's worth having it professionally graded. Authentication from a recognized grading service can dramatically increase buyer confidence and resale value. Never clean the coin, as this may reduce its value. For collectors and enthusiasts, the 1961 Lincoln cent represents a blend of history, design evolution, and the potential for surprising worth. It's a reminder that even the most modest coin can carry a rich backstory and hidden value. The beauty of coin collecting lies in discovery. A simple coin like this coin 1961 penny coin history's coin 1920 wheat penny from the United States. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just stumbled across an old coin in your change jar, this one is definitely worth your attention. The 1920 wheat penny is one of the classic Lincoln cents, featuring the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. This design was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth, and it quickly became a staple of American coinage. The design remained largely unchanged until 1958, making it a long-standing favorite among collectors. This particular coin, minted in 1920, is notable not just for its age, but for its historical significance. The United States was emerging from the aftermath of World War I, and the economy was undergoing rapid change. Coins from this era serve as small, tangible pieces of that history. Holding a 1920 wheat penny is like holding a fragment of post-war America. On the obverse side, we see the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. His initials, VB, can be found on some versions of the coin, although in 1920 they were subtly placed to avoid controversy seen in earlier issues. The words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1920 are cleanly inscribed around the portrait. Flip the coin to the reverse, and you'll find the classic wheat ears design, two stylized stalks of wheat that give this coin its nickname, the wheat penny. The reverse also features the inscriptions 1 cent, United States of America, and E pluribus unum. The wheat ears represent American agriculture, prosperity, and strength. In 1920, the U.S. Mint struck these pennies at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint produced the highest number, with over 310 million coins. Denver followed with around 49 million, and San Francisco contributed approximately 46 million. No mint mark means it's from Philadelphia, while a small D or S under the date indicates Denver or San Francisco, respectively. Because of these high mintages, most 1920 wheat pennies are not rare in circulated condition. However, condition and mint mark significantly affect a coin's value. Coins with sharp detail, original luster, and minimal wear are much more desirable and command higher prices among collectors. Let's talk about the metal content. The 1920 wheat penny is composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. These coins have a reddish-brown tone when well preserved, but many have darkened or developed a patina over the decades. Despite being a common coin in its time, this copper-based composition gives the coin a solid, lasting appearance even today. One of the most important factors in evaluating a 1920 wheat penny is grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers representing better condition. A heavily worn 1920 penny might grade as good, G4, while one in pristine, uncirculated condition could reach grades like mint state, MS 65, or even higher. These higher grade coins are far less common and highly sought after. Now, let's move into what everyone wants to know, the value. A typical 1920 wheat penny in circulated condition might be worth between 20 cents and $5, depending on wear and mint mark. However, if you happen to own a 1920 wheat penny in exceptional condition, especially in grades above MS 65, its value can skyrocket. In one astonishing auction, a 1920 Lincoln wheat penny in top-tier mint state red condition sold for nearly $2 million. This was due to its incredible preservation, rare color designation, and demand from high-end collectors. Though rare, this proves the immense potential hidden in these small copper coins how do you know if your coin might be worth thousands or even millions? Look for coins that have bright red coloring with no signs of wear, scratches, or blemishes. Also, check for any unusual errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or misaligned mint marks. These rare features can dramatically increase a coin's value. Interestingly, some errors on the 1920 wheat penny have become collector favorites. One example is the 1920 D with a repunched mint mark, where the D was struck more than once. Another is the double die variety, which causes parts of the design, like the date or lettering, to appear slightly duplicated. These varieties are much rarer and often sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars. For those with a 1920s wheat penny, the value could be even higher in mint state due to its lower mintage compared to Philadelphia. Collectors often pay a premium for high-grade San Francisco pennies because they're harder to find in good condition. So even a circulated S mint coin might be worth more than its D or no mint mark counterpart. If you're curious about how to grade your coin or verify if it has an error, consider having it evaluated by a professional coin grading service, such as PCGS or NGC. These services not only authenticate and grade coins, but also provide sealed holders that help preserve them and make them easier to sell. Caring for your 1920 wheat penny is important, especially if it shows signs of being a high-grade example. Never clean the coin, as this can significantly reduce its value. Instead, store it in a soft coin flip or a protective holder to prevent scratches and exposure to air or moisture. Over the past decade, there has been growing interest in classic U.S. coinage, and Lincoln wheat pennies remain among the most collected series. As more collectors enter the hobby, demand for high-grade and rare error varieties continues to climb, pushing prices higher across the board. Whether you're collecting for fun, investment, or historical interest, this coin 1920 United States wheat penny coin history